Hola, ¿qué tal? Bienvenidos. Welcome to this online mini course. I'm very happy to see you here. Now, before we start, let me explain you a few things. You should have with you a notebook or a notepad or something that you like to take notes on, okay? Maybe your desktop, maybe your iPad, whatever makes you feel more comfortable, okay? We are going to work today on this specific verb, the verb ser, which can mean the verb to be. Yes, it can be translated as the verb to be. Now, I would like you to write your title and the learning objective. Learn how to conjugate verb ser in present and learn his main uses by using a helpful acronym. What is an acronym? An acronym is a group of words formed by certain letters, and each letter stands for something, okay? Like, I don't know, FBI or CIS or something like that, okay? All right. Now, we are going to, once you have written your title and your learning objective, we are going to start with our first task. As we do this, please feel free to, I don't know, pause whenever you want, or yes, feel comfortable, work at your own pace. Task number 1. We have a text. We have to read it and answer the question. What is Maria's job? I will read the text for you so you can also hear pronunciation. Hola amigos, mi nombre es María y soy española. Tengo 27 años y soy alta. Tengo cabello largo y ojos oscuros. Soy asistente médica en un hospital de Sevilla, que es una ciudad muy bonita. Trabajo de 8 de la mañana a 6 de la tarde. Trabajo con Luisa. Somos hermanas y la gente nos dice, vosotras sois muy trabajadoras. Now that I read the text, or I don't know, if you want to mute me or pause me and you want to read the text on your own, do it please. Yes? And if you have the question of what is Maria's job, I will also show you the answer. Okay? Maria is a nurse, asistente médica. We are going to work with this text to discover the uses of ser, all right? Now, I'm going to go straight with the conjugation of the verb ser. You may or may not know it, but either way, please write it on your notebook, okay? Revise it a few times and pay attention to copy the accents because an accent can change the meaning of a word in Spanish. All right, so copy the table as it is. Yo soy, tú eres, él, ella, usted es. Please remember that usted means you in a formal way. Nosotros, nosotras, somos. Vosotras, vosotros, vosotras sois. Ellos, ellas, ustedes son. After you have copied this verb, pause the video so you can revise it a few times, all right? And please remember that if I were to translate this verb into English, this would be like I am, you are, he is, she is, etc. Okay? Super. Let's carry on. We're going to go back to our text, and I want you to read it again and underline all the verb ser that you can find. In your case, maybe you're not going to be able to underline them, but identify them and make a short note. Pause the video. Now, after you have identified all the verbs ser, I will also show you the answers. These are the verbs, the uses of, some ideas of the verb ser that appear in the text, okay? I have a follow-up for you. Which forms of the verb ser is missing from the text? Again, pause the video, write them down. Now, did you find these ones? I will move it a bit. Give me a second. So, the forms for the second person, singular, tú eres, it's missing from the text. It doesn't appear. And the third form of the plural, ellos son. Those are missing from the text. Okay? Good. Now, this is a text where ser is used to talk about Maria, okay? Let's have a look at what are some of ser's uses, okay? We are going to start with the trivia. What do you know about the uses of ser? You should write true or false, all right? Now, I don't want you to panic if you're not sure if they are true or false, all right? The purpose is not that. Just have a look at the rules and maybe flip back to the text, yeah? Can you identify any of these uses there? I'm going to read all the rules, and then I recommend you to do the following. Pause the video, write A, do not copy the sentence, just write A and then true, B, false, and so on and so forth, okay? So A, we use the verb ser to describe a temporal action. B, we use the verb ser to describe a person or a thing. C, we use the verb ser to talk about somebody's characteristics. D, we use the verb ser to say the time. E, we use the verb ser when saying the origin or nationality. F, we use the verb ser to express relationship. And we use the verb ser to describe an action in progress. Pause, think, write true or false. After you have done that, let's check together, shall we? So, the only ones that were false are we don't use the verb ser to describe a temporal action, and we do not use the verb ser to describe an action in progress. Yes? All the other uses are through. Now, I will simplify it for you, and I will show you a list, right? Simply put in a few words, el verbo ser can be used for description, occupation, characteristic, time, origin, and relationship. Now, have a look at the first letter of these words and tell me, what is a word that will make you remember easier the uses of the verb ser? Well, yes, you have guessed it. The word is doctor, all right? So associate that ser is doctor. Description, occupation, characteristic, time, origin, and relationship. Now, let's see some examples, okay? I also recommend you to write them down for you to have them, as an example. You also need them in your next exercise. Description. Yo soy alta y delgada. Occupation. Tú eres profesora de español. Characteristic. Los mexicanos son alegres. So with description, I'm looking at someone or at something and I see how that person is or how that thing is. With characteristic, I talk about facts, or things that are generally true. All right. With time, ¿qué hora es? Son las 16 horas. Origin, ¿de dónde sois? Somos de Rumanía. Somos rumanas. Origin, nationality, okay. And relationship. Miguel es mi hermano, el libro es mío. I don't want you to think at relationship only in terms of, maybe family members or, like things that are related through a family, all right? Relationship can also mean the relationship you have towards an object. For example, possession, yes? El libro es mío, ese carro es mío. After you have copied these examples, for you to have them, I would like you to go and do a sentence about you for each of the uses of ser, because the idea is for us to be able to express who we are, okay? So, following the previous examples, you will write a sentence for yourself. Feel free to also, write about something else if you want, an extra challenge. But if not, only for you, it's more than enough. And please remember, All the answers, they should be written on a piece of paper or on a Google Docs document, which you will share with me in our Facebook community. You can even send it via email so I can offer you feedback and see if those sentences are correct. Okay? All right. For the following task, this is a bit more, grammarly directed, let's say. You just need to complete the following sentences with the correct form of soy, eres, es, somos, sois, son. Okay? Again, pause the video, take your time in writing them, think logically, yes? And on the same document that you will share it later with me. All right? This is the reminder I will always give you. And the last task, as I said, you will pause, you will take your time, complete the conversation with the correct form of the verb ser, and indicate if the conversation expresses description, occupation, characteristic, time, origin, or relationship. I want you to pay attention that each of the tasks has 1 or 2 or 3 conversations, okay? So for each of them, you will copy it and say, task 1, ¿Quién? Tú. Yo? Angela. And then you're going to say, maybe this is description. Maybe this is only, I don't know, characteristic or whatever is the case. Yes? As always, I would like to remind you to write all the answers on a sheet of paper or Google Docs and post the answers on the Facebook community. Yes? Good. This is an introduction of the verb ser. Take your time to, think about it, to complete it. And if you want to know more, and you probably do, I recommend you to email me directly at this email address, or on the Facebook community, on the group that we have, you can just write to me, hey Flory, I would like to have some more information. I would like to have some extra practice. Can you clarify this doubt for me? And everything that would, I don't know, be helpful. For the moment, this was our first video, our first lesson, and I'm looking forward to send you the next video, which is going to be about estar. So, thank you so much for subscribing, and see you soon.